It was stage 4 of the USA Pro Challenge from Steamboat Springs to Beaver Creek, sponsored by United Healthcare. And this was the Queen stage. They signed in Lachlan Morton, the Australian, and Gorman Sharp was still the race leader.
As the riders moved away, they were escorted out of Steamboat Springs by a real cowboy.
Well, it is the Wild West here in Steamboat Springs. They're facing up to 103 miles or 166 kilometres. Richie Porte in the middle, Tour de France winner on the right there was Chris Froome. Then there was the usual flurry of attacks as they headed out towards the hills again of Colorado. Even Chris Froome launched an attack.
Very early on, looking for the breakaway after losing Joe Dombrowski. He wanted to get into a breakaway. Finally, the breakaway started to form when 9 riders got clear.
Yes, they formed a group of 9 and they were caught up by Jason McCartney to make 10. And after 5 miles, they were out on the move. Happy days for Jens Voigt. He was the winner into Beaver Creek a year ago, but he tried the previous day to win and he got caught in sight of the line. First climb of the day though, man in the breakaway, Matt Cook was consolidating his lead in the Nissan King of the Mountains.
Yes, he was looking for as many points as possible. Put a lot of pressure onto Team Garmin on this day and the overall lead of Lachlan Morton because, in fact, in the breakaway group, Tony Galopin was only 41 seconds behind at the start of the day and a serious danger.
Yes, the 2 top teams, Team BMC and Team Garmin Sharp, were gambling now because they wanted Tony Galopin back in the pack. 41 seconds. For a long time, he was the leader of the race on the road. Team BMC planning things as they headed towards Bachelor Gulch. Once they were on Bachelor Gulch, Michael Rogers attacked from what was left of the front group.
But when it came down to the real hammer time, Team Garmin, Christian van der Velde, defending champion, did a lot of work to try and set something up for Tommy Danielson.
And as the rain came on the mountain, gone was the yellow jersey of Lachlan Morton and an attack from Acevedo of Colombia on the James team. They went right up to the back wheel of Michael Rogers, and now the men fighting out for final victory on Sunday in Denver were taking control.
The 2 pre-race favourites, Tommy Danielson and TJ Van Garderen, were doing whatever they could to do damage to each other. Hanier Acevedo was along for the ride, and the man in second place overall at the start of the day, just sitting on the back there, Matthias Frank.
Frank had won into Breckenridge and was still up with the leading group. Lachlan Morton, who had done a lot of work to try and get TJ and Tommy Danielson in the leading group, was now back in the second group on the road. At the top of the climb of Bachelor's Gulch, the big climb of the day, leaving 7.4 miles to go to the finish, a very select trio at the front.
Tommy Danielson leading them over the top, ahead of TJ Van Garderen, and in third place, Hanier Acevedo. The chase was starting to open up as we can see the bubbles going by, and it was Lucas Uza leading the yellow jersey of Lachlan Morton, but they were looking for 40 seconds.
They were picking up remnants of the breakaway as well. Then, as 2 riders were left at the front, they got away from Danielson on the descent. A little deal was struck. Acevedo said, "I'll help you as long as you let me win the day." And TJ Van Garderen was happy to do that as they came up towards the finishing line, because it had been a big coup for TJ Van Garderen. He didn't try to challenge Acevedo, who would win the stage, his first win since he won in the Amgen Tour of California on the tramway in Palm Springs. But the new leader of the race would be TJ Van Garderen by 4 seconds over his teammate Matthias Frank, half a minute over Acevedo, and 40 seconds over Tommy D.
Yes, but the important thing for TJ Van Garderen was to get the yellow jersey on his shoulders on the eve of the very important 16-kilometre individual time trial around Vale.
And the time trial tomorrow, just 10 miles, but it could well decide this race to Denver.